Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A short update on Ukraine, where the Russians again attacked Ukraine with more than 100 and some drones, to be exact 139 drones. The Ukrainians claim they downed and they jammed some of the Russian drones, but then again the Ukrainians claim that the Russians have installed some Chinese antennas on the drones they're launched against Ukraine, and the Ukrainians cannot jam the drones. All right, then we're going to find out what's going on in Toretsk, where the Ukrainians are retreating. I will explain. First, the Russians said, we took over Toretsk. Then after about 2 days, the Ukrainians said, I covered that. Says, no, we're still fighting. We actually pushed back some positions over there. And I said, Toretsk is already dead, floating downstream, bloated and all that. So again, they're pushing forward, the Russians, and the Ukrainians are retreating. Another thing, the Russians push forward in Kharkov. They try to cross the Oskil River in different locations. The Ukrainians report or claim they backed, they pushed back the Russian advancing forces. Then what do we have? The Ukrainian forces abandoned positions in Toretsk, as I said. Then we find out that the Ukrainian forces actually advance inside Russia, but not in Kursk. That's a new offensive, a new invasion, but in Belgorod Oblast. So no more Kursk, they were kicked out, but now they are going a little bit south into Belgorod Oblast. So let's start with the beginning. The first article comes from Ukrinform. It is from 25 of March 2025. Ukrainian forces down 78 Russian drones. 34 go off radar. And I say they confirmed they downed 78 Shahed attack drones and other UAVs in the southern, northern and central regions in the country. Additionally, 34 decoy drones went off the radar without causing any negative consequences. And we find out that these guys launched as well one Iskander-M ballistic missile from Crimea and 139 attack UAVs from Milerovo, Kursk, Primorsko-Akhtarsk and Shahed in Crimea. So first, where did the Russians launch their Iskander-M? From Crimea. Where is Crimea? Down here in the south. So the Iskander was launched from here. Then the drones were launched, as I say, from Kursk, then Milerovo, then Primorsko-Akhtarsk right here, and then they have Cape Shahed, which is exactly here in the Crimean Peninsula. So Cape Shahed, then you got Primorsko-Akhtarsk across from the Sea of Azov, then you got Milerovo right here where this weird thing is, right there, Milerovo, and then you got Kursk in the right here, kind of northeast. All right, let's see what they attack. They said south, northwest, whatever. Let's see if they give us the Oblast. And they do give us the Oblast. Kharkiv, Sumy, Poltava, Kirovohrad, Kyiv, Cherkasy, and Odessa regions. So basically, is this Kyiv, Poltava, Cherkasy, they go here, and they go in Odessa, down here in the south. Kharkiv, Kharkov. So pam, this area, no further than this, half of it. New Voice of Ukraine. Russian attack on Ukraine includes 139 UAVs and Iskander-M missile, 78 drones destroyed. And I would like to add this coming from the Business Insider. And this is according to Ukrainians. Russia is leveling up its Shahed drones with new Chinese antenna to defeat Kyiv's jammers. So the Russia says, you know what, you can't do shit. All right, but hey, what they say here? Right there, they downed 78 and some other just went back to mommy. So here's what these guys say. Ukraine says Russian Shaheds are increasingly being found with Chinese antenna. The device help the attack drones bypass electronic jamming and spoofing. Ukraine's Air Force says it means Kyiv must dramatically increase the number of jammers it uses. Chinese man-made antenna are helping Russia's exploding Shahed drones counter Ukraine's electronic warfare more effectively, per Ukrainian reports. All right, move on. New voice of Ukraine. Russian troops push forward on Oskil River. Ukraine responds with countermeasures. All right, Russian forces continue attempts to expand their bridgehead on the right bank of the Oskil River in the Kamyanka area. I will show you where that is located, with Ukrainian defenses forces taking action. In the Kupiansk direction, Ukrainian forces successfully repelled enemy attacks near Petropavlivka, Kopanki and Zagrizove. So this is located in Kharkov. This is Kupiansk area, which is at the banks of the river Oskil. Right here, Kupiansk. So they're talking about Petropavlovka in this area. So the Russians are advancing here, but the Ukrainians claim they pushed them back. In the other place where they said that the Russians are trying to expand their crossing or skill in Kamyanka area. Kamyanka is exactly here. Where you come is where the river Oskil flows into Siversky Donetsk River. This is where that is located. I have it found somewhere, but for the purposes of just remember, is the area where these rivers go together, which is south, south, south. You see where this goes? Right here. This is where they go together. So is this area in here where the Russians are trying to go towards Izum? This area they try to cross the Oskil River, this area. So I'm going to go back to this. And here we go. This is the Kamyanka, this is direction, but this is already, let me just go out. Siversky Donetsk, it's already here where they already got together in, where is that? God damn it. Lost it. Where that got into the right here. So this is where this is a different one. All right, so here is the area, and here is where the Siversky Donetsk and where the Oskil River flows into it, right here. This is where they flow into it, and this is the area where these guys are advancing or try to break through. Next one. This comes from New Voice of Ukraine. Ukrainian forces abandon positions in the Toretsk direction amid Russian advances. Yesterday I made a video in which, I think it was yesterday, the Ukrainians claimed that, it's a lie that the Russians took over Toretsk and that we are pushing them back. I said, no, Toretsk is already dead, floating downstream, bloated. I don't know, they're going to find him in 5 months. So here it is. Where is this Toretsk? Let me show you where Toretsk is. Toretsk is exactly here. It's not called Toretsk here, but that's Toretsk, and east of Krasnoarmeysk, which is Pokrovsk. So here is the Russians took over the city, and now they are abandoning positions. Russian forces are pulling reserves from the Kurakove to the Toretsk direction while attempting to advance from the flanks. So they pull it from Kurakove. Let me show you where Kurakove is. It's already dead. Kurakove is right here, where this is the reservoir. This is Kurakovo. So they pull from here and they're gonna get it straight here. Right there, from here, there. All right, next one. And this is the last article for this video from the Ukrainians, New Voice of Ukraine, March 25th. Ukrainian forces advance in Demidovka in Russia's Belgorod Oblast. So they advance in Demidovka. Where is Demidovka? All right, ram pam pam. It's right here. Demidovka is between Russia and Ukraine, and here is between how do you call it? Belgorod and Kursk. So this is Belgorod Oblast. This is Kursk. I'm going to show you a different map. So remember, this is the border between Russia and Ukraine. And this is Belgorod, and this is Kursk. And this is the area where they say the Ukrainians cross from here, they advance to here. Let me show you on the big map. So this is the map of Ukraine. And we're going to go to Belgorod, which is right here. Remember, Belgorod and Kursk. We're going to in this little corner. Demidovka, and this right here. Remember, this is Kursk, this is Belgorod, this is Ukraine, which is Kharkiv, I'm sorry, Sumy Oblast. So this is where the Ukrainians claim they advance. Now they are pushed out of Sudza from the, how do you call it, Kursk region or Oblast. They're pushed out, but they are coming back through the window. Kicked out through the door, they come through the window now. That's a short update on Ukraine front. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.